I welcome everyone for the School of Ancient Wisdom. Today's Thursday Satsang. And here goes the school prayer. O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee know he is also one with every other. Thank you. Over to you, Deepti.
Yeah. Our esteemed speaker for today is Dr. Anagha Bhat. Dr. Anagha Bhat is a dynamic and passionate doctor with a deep-rooted commitment to Ayurveda, trained under renowned mentors like Dr. Mahadevan and Dr. Ravi Shankar Peruvaje. With extensive education in Panchakarma from GAMC Bangalore, um, and certifications in energy healing modalities like Reiki, EFT, and Ho'oponopono, she brings a holistic approach to health and wellness. Her journey includes practicing in esteemed centers like Isha Sparsh and Ayur Central, culminating in her own establishment, Shemayu Ayurvedic Center, Sahakarnagar, dedicated to comprehensive healing. Beyond clinical practice, she is fervent about spreading Ayurvedic awareness through public speaking engagements, TV appearances, and paper presentations, earning recognition for her eloquence and expertise. Her thirst for knowledge, coupled with creative pursuits like reading and painting, reflects a commitment to continual growth and living fully in each moment. I'm happy to welcome once again Dr. Anagha Bhat.
Thank you so much, Deepti. It's surprising always to see your life through someone else's lenses. So that was very kind of you. Thank you so much. Um, Before I start just getting the technicalities I check, can you see me and hear me? Can you see
Yes,
me and hear me? Yes, thank you
yes,
so much.
yes.
That means a lot. Yeah, fine. I would like to start again with a small prayer that I connect to because it always goes well with the energy. यत्रैव मनो मदीयं तत्रैव तव स्वरूपम् यत्रैव शिरो मदीयं तत्रैव पदद्वयं ते. Bowing down to the force of universe, may she be with us all. So before I start off, I actually want to make it very interactive because we have few participants and I want to actually interact with the energy of all of you. Um, have you all said, I love you today? Not to the person maybe sitting next to you or in the house or your kids, but to the person in the mirror. Have you said, I love you today? Because it matters to know that the person who is really been with you in this journey is a person that you see in the mirror. So I would today want to take the opportunity for all of you, give the opportunity, I would say. Why not applaud to your own self? Come on, 1 minute of going on clapping for the way that you have come through the journey that you have made till now. Come on, let us start. I may not be able to hear you, but I can see you with whoever video is on. So let's just applaud for ourselves. It makes a huge difference because that's the energy that we start with, patting on our back, telling that we matter to our own selves and we are enough. The energy is always high when we do this exercise. I would urge everyone to do this daily because we are enough, totally. Okay. Um, so starting with the same energy, I think each one of us here, because it's just been 2 months in this new year in 2024, would have had some kind of resolutions, right? Some kind of maybe visions, some kind of newness that you want to start this year with. Maybe you want to improve your health, or maybe sleep, or you want to start some new exercise, or start something new. Is the chat box open, Deepti? I mean, can someone write in
Yeah,
chat box?
yeah. The chat
Yeah,
box is open, right, Swati? Yeah, I think so.
yeah, yeah. I think if that's the case, can all of you just mention two words of of your top resolutions? For example, health and maybe weight loss, something like that. Whatever that you have chosen, maybe and still following since we are just 2 months in this year. Can I know what your top resolutions for this year was? So it becomes very easy for me to speak about what I want to today. Can I just see? I mean, if the chat box are open, can you just put 2 words of your, yeah, I think it is open. So can you
Yes,
just put
chat box is
two
open.
words? That would really be, helpful for me too, and you'd be enjoying it more because it would be more interactive with what we're going to do today. 2 words of your top resolutions that you have had in 2024. Okay, let me share mine. Mine was definitely health. Health was one thing I wanted to have better health holistically. The second one was clinical practice. So these were two of my top resolutions that I had in 2024. So can I expect you all to write just 2 words of your top resolutions? You can just open your chat box, just type those 2 words.
And even you can say also.
Yeah, yeah. If you can just unmute and tell, then I'll be grateful. I can even understand. To meditate to improve my health. Great. Thank you so much, Sajal sir. Can
Hari
someone
Om,
else share?
Namaste.
Namaste,
This
ma'am.
is Rashmi, and I wish this is Rashmi, and my resolution is to be healthy. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, Revati ma'am, for sharing reducing my weight. Yes, definitely. So most of us have had good health and happiness. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, wow. You want to stop eating all junk and include good food. Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that. Most of us here would have had resolutions working around health, or maybe have better mental peace, or have to start exercising, or whatever, especially revolving around health, right? And if you just Google, how do I stay healthy in maybe YouTube or Google, I think you will not get hundreds, but millions of YouTubers, health bloggers, influencers telling you how to be healthy. And the worst part, finally, when you start following, you will understand that what is good for one person, another health influencer would have told, no, this is not good for you. So, most of it, we are left confused, frustrated, or angry that nothing is working. So, I would want to ask you, is there some kind of blueprint which can help us lead a healthy life, not only a healthy life, I would say celebrate your life? Is there some blueprint which is time tested, age tested, not verified in terms of maybe laboratories, but comes from rishis and sages, and they say it is through jnana chakshusha, a higher wisdom, their innate wisdom? Do you have something like that? Definitely, yes. One science, one ancient wisdom which is time tested, definitely, but one which works on basic rule that one rule does not fit all, right? We all are unique beings. We have a unique constitutions or prakriti. We have unique symptoms in us. So every one rule saying you have to eat this may not fit every person. So that is the basic rule on which this blueprint works, and that guidelines is given by a beautiful system called as Ayurveda. And this system, at least a bird eyes view of this system, is what I want to be talking about today. What exactly is Ayurveda? It has 2 words, right? It's a Sanskrit word. It has 2 words in it. One is Ayuhu, other is Veda. Ayuhu, for simple terms, we can consider it to be the lifespan or the life in its totality or maybe in its wholeness. Veda is not only a science, Veda is not only knowledge, Veda is wisdom and beyond it. So, Ayurveda is the wisdom of living life to its totality. It is a wisdom of celebrating life in its totality, is what I would like to say. And this system has a beautiful doctrine on which it works actually. The main 2 doctrines of Ayurveda is, the first one is, it says Okay, before this, I would want to again do an activity with you all so that you can understand this better rather than me just going on with this. Can I request everyone to just close your eyes? I may not be able to see many of you, but I hope that you're doing this. So just close your eyes and just imagine health mean to you. I hope most of you are able to imagine what exactly you want now. Can you just write in a sentence in your chat box or maybe just unmute and let me know what exactly top-notch health or being at the peak of your health mean to you? What exactly health means to you? Is it living your life to the fullest without any kind of diseases? Is it being really happy, peaceful, joyous? What exactly do you think health is for you? Because it is very individualized. For me, it might be something. For you, it might be something else. So can you just write in a sentence or maybe just let me know, unmute, because I'm not a teacher here. I think I definitely want to interact with you all rather than just seeing blank things because I would not know what you're doing. So, can you just interact a little and let me know what exactly health means to you? Being content, wonderful, sir. That's a beautiful way of expressing. Being content is what health is all about. Yes. Health is absence of disease and pains. Beautiful, beautiful. Health is definitely absence of disease and pains. Being loving, joyous, and having good physical and mental health. Wow, that's beautiful, Deepti. That's beautiful. So, health is so much for every one of us, right? What exactly is health according to Ayurveda is something that I want to say. Swasthya, they consider health not as arogata or just absence of disease in Ayurveda. They consider health to be swasthya in Ayurveda. The word
Bal-
swasthya is beautifully described by Sushrutacharya. He says, samadosha samagnischa samadhatu malakriyaha prasannatmendriya manaha swastha ityabhidhiyate. So what exactly is a swasthya or a person who is healthy? It is the balance of doshas, sama doshas. We have three doshas in Ayurveda, three constituents on which the entire system of health works on, called as Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. The balance of these triads is called as sama dosha. Samadhatu, he says, we have tissues in our body, right? We have muscle, we have bones, we have blood, we have vitality. All these tissues, if they are balanced, that is considered to be samadhatu. The beautiful aspect of Ayurveda, he doesn't stop at this. He says, samamalaha. What is mala? It is an excretory factor, right? Who would say balance of mala? But Ayurveda says it. For example, if you have loose stools and you have lot of motions which are going out, are you balanced? No, definitely. You have a disease, so you're not healthy. Again, balance of mala or excretory system. If you're passing lot of urine, the disease, diabetes mellitus, so you're not healthy again. Again, this shows that samamalaha or the balanced state of excretory system is also very important. Next, he says, does he stop at this? No. He says, along with all these balance of bodily constituents, what is more important is prasanna atma, the well-being of atma. I don't think we have a substitute word in English which can match atma. So let me just make it atma and stop there. So
Ma'am, sorry to
well-being,
disturb you.
yes.
Your camera is pointing to the ceiling. I think this is a mistake.
No, that's not my camera actually.
Oh, okay. What is showing on my screen? Okay.
Yeah, you
No,
can see
I'm
me now. Deepti, you can see me, right?
no, actually. 1 minute.
I think no.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine. Okay. Uh, so that prasanna atma is really important. The second one he says is prasanna indriyas, meaning to say all the sense organs should be functioning to its maximum proper capacity. If you cannot see, again, that is not going to help. If you cannot smell your coffee or tea, maybe whatever that you want to drink, again, it is not healthy. So this prasanna or well-being of all these sense organs are also very important. Finally, he says the most important well-being of your manas. So prasan, atma, indriya, manas. If all these are at a balanced state where you really feel good, along with the balance of your doshas, dhatu, and mala, such a state of balance or harmony is considered to be health, which goes much beyond the WHO, definition of health being physical, mental, emotional well-being. This is also including the social and spiritual well-being. So if you say I'm healthy, you should have wellness in all these aspects. And the beauty of Ayurveda, the doctrines with which it starts is there are two things. First thing he says is swasthasya swasthya rakshanam, meaning to say you have to preserve the health that you have. Prevention, we know, is always better than cure, right? So preserve the health that you have and prevent the diseases. That is the principle on which Ayurveda works. The second comes curing of diseases, that is aturasya roga prashanam. So you treat the diseases later, but first see that you maintain the health that you have. So we are actually speaking about maintenance of health rather than curing aspect, because if you're able to do that, I don't think second thing comes into picture at all until and unless we are already in the second stage, right? So what exactly I wanted to say was there are few markers on which Ayurveda considers health works. You have already mentioned few of them of what you consider health is for you, right? You want to be joyous, you want to be disease free, you want to be pain free, you want to lead a beautiful life. All this and few other markers, what Ayurveda says. Few markers to consider if you are in the peak of your health are: first is annabhilasho, he says, meaning to say you should have ruchi or enthusiasm to eat things. You should feel the appetite or you should feel the hunger to eat things. We generally are always wondering on whether it is a breakfast time, whether it's a lunch or dinner time, and then we eat not because we are hungry. So that is important. You should have the abhilasha or the appetite to eat your food. Whatever you eat needs to get digested well without any kind of bloating, acidity, constipation, all these things. So that says bhuktasya paripaka. You are digesting whatever you've eaten very well. The third marker is Srishta Vin Mutra Vata, he says, meaning to say passing your motions or your urine or maybe gas below should be very easy. You should not be constipating, not be troubled in the morning to pass any of these. So that means your health is in a good state. He says Sharira Laghavam. Most of the people are heavy nowadays. Swamiji said he eats one meal per day. I think that's the best way of having Sharira Laghavam. You feel so light throughout in your body. Definitely, I think Swamiji would be feeling that. So if you're feeling light, that is again one yet marker for your health. So Prasannendriya, I've already told you, you should feel wellness of all your sense organs. That's one yet marker to feel you are healthy. What else? Sukha Swapna. Most of us are doing only for this and we are not having a good night's sleep. I think if you don't have a good night's sleep, irrespective of having all these things, you're still not healthy, not in totality, right? Next, Bala Varna Yusholabha, meaning to say you have good strength, you have good lifespan, and you have good kind of glow on your skin. Immediately when someone sees your friend sees you, they say, my God, you're glowing and look at you. What are you doing? There's something right? So this is a marker for health. This shows that you're healthy from within. It is one of the markers according to Ayurveda too. He says, Sau manasya, how can we leave our manas? Without manas, there is nothing that can work well, right? So your manas actually has to be happy. If you're not happy, irrespective of the physical or any other being, you're still not healthy. Finally, he says samagnita, meaning to say you should have a good digestive fire. Fire is not only for digestion, it is a fire for achievement, fire to do something, everything. If you have the balance of all these markers, you can consider to be at the top notch of your health, right? So to have this kind of health, what is it that we can do? Can we do something easily? My God, so many things. How do I get my health? No, it's not that difficult. It's easy, exactly. So the three things that we can do as a daily routine or we have to follow in our daily routine, according to Ayurveda, is ahara, your diet, vihara, your entire lifestyle. Lastly, it is vichara, your mental makeup. If we have these three things in place, having these markers come as a side benefit. You don't need to work towards it. So, what can we do in terms of ahara according to Ayurveda to have this kind of health, right? Ahara is considered to be Mahabhaishajya in Ayurveda. Mahabhaishajya means one of the major medicines. So, if you have your diet in place, you have the food that you eat right, then there's no other bigger medicine. But whatever medicines you're taking, if your pathya or your ahara is not fine, there's no use because this is the major medicine. We are what we eat, right? We are what we eat. Food is not only carbohydrates, proteins, balanced meal, fats, minerals. It is not only this. It is considered to be prana in Ayurveda. It is a life force. It is an energy. It is the what do you say, the amount of vitality that you put into yourself. It gives you a nourishment. It is like a dhatri, like a mother which nourishes you. It rejuvenates you. So it is not something which is just a balanced meal of so many calories. It is much more than that, right? So this kind of ahara in Ayurveda or ahara according to Ayurveda is made up of pancha mahabhutas. Just like carbohydrates, proteins, we consider food or your diet or ahara to be made up of pancha mahabhutas, the five main elements that is present. One is akasha, the space element, vayu, which is the air element. The third thing is agni, that is the fire element. You have jala, which is the water element, and finally prithvi, that is the earth element. So our food is actually made up of all these things, right? Food like this, when it is taken, is going to nourish all the dhatus, helps in better absorption, and releases the waste exactly the way it needs to be. So, how should this kind of food be? According to Ayurveda, they say the food that we eat has certain qualities, or depending on which we are able to say this is the food that needs to be eaten. The first thing that we say is, when should we eat? That's a question, right? Most of us have it. When should we eat? Should we be doing the intermittent fasting? Is it the morning breakfast, which is very important meal? Should we skip dinner? When exactly should we be having food? Kale bhojana, he says in Ayurveda. The main important thing or main important answer for this question is kshudavan, meaning to say you should have hunger when you eat. Without appetite when you're eating, the agni or the digestive fire is not coming into play. When this happens, the food is not getting digested, toxins are formed, inflammation, pain, diseases, all these things. The first thing that we need to understand is you should eat when you're hungry. That's the first rule. I would say be more mindful of your biological clock inside than the clock that you have at your houses, right? But the easiest way of following your bhojan or the timings would be the circadian rhythm of the sun. Because whatever is external is what we have internal. Sun represents fire. So the internal fire also works with the external fire or sun. When you get up, just as the sun gets up, the fire is still building in your body. So eating breakfast like a king is really not worth because your fire is still building up. When it's around 12 o'clock, it's really burning. That's when your Agni is at its peak. So having a good lunch always works because the digestion is like that. When it dips down, maybe at 6:30, you should be having your dinner by that time. Basically, because there is no Agni that is left post that. So work with the sun. That's the best way of having your meal. How should your meal be? They say it is Hita Bhojana. What is Hita? Hita is something which is good for you. So how do we say one rule does it work for all? No, it doesn't. For example, you might have seen that a person who eats raw vegetables, for some people, it digests very easily. But the same thing, which is considered to be very good by so many health bloggers, is not digested by someone else. Why? Hita Bhojana, that means to say raw vegetables is hita or good for a person who has good digestive power. So it is hita for him. But raw vegetables for a person who does not have that good Agni or digestive power is not good for him. It is ahita for him. So this is very important to understand. Yes, sir. Hita book and Mita book, one of the doctrines of Ayurveda too. Thank you so much. So it is very much important for us to understand what is Hita. So exactly, it's totally personalized. For you, what is Hita may not be good for someone else. So we have to understand this. The most underrated or not talked about subject by every nutritionist or health bloggers is fats, right? By the term we hear fats, we are scared. Oh my God, my cardiac health, my cholesterol, my weight, we are all worried about it. But do we understand good fats are the base for any kind of hormones to be produced? Do we understand good fats are required to keep our bad cholesterol at check? It's very important for our heart to function well, our digestive system, reproductive, our brain to function well. So Snigdha Bhojana says Ayurveda, you should include 1 teaspoon of cow's ghee, which is a spoonful of goodness, in your meal, hot meal every day. Until and unless there are some restrictions where your digestive fire is not working or a disease which does not permit this, everyone should be doing this. This is a real marker for good health. Inclusion of good fatty acids or Snigdha Bhojana, right? We are not doing this majorly nowadays in our life. We have this fad of zero cholesterol diet, which is the main causative factor for most of the diseases. Young girls getting PCOD, people at 40 years are dying of cardiac diseases, all just because they are not including this 1 teaspoonful of goodness in their diets. Please do it if you haven't been doing it. Next thing he says is Ushna Bhojana, the food that you eat should be hot. Again, so many fats that we have now, where every person is, majorly following these frozen smoothies, frozen oatmeals. You don't know what you're doing to your system. Our digestive fire wants something which is hot to digest, right? The fire is so hot, you're giving something cold. Think of the way the digestive system is going to function. The entire Agni is going to be subsided. It will not be functioning the way it needs to. So again, indigestion, toxin formation, inflammation, you're just inviting diseases by not taking hot food. So inclusion of Ushna Bhojana, very important in your lifestyle. Laghu Bhojana, who doesn't want to feel light, right? Until unless you have a function and you're going out and eating. Other than this, I would definitely say eating light with digest. Can I ask
Please,
someone?
somebody's not muted themselves. Please mute yourself. Hello? Kindly refrain from disturbing the talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Uh, Laghu Bhojana, we all need to eat food which is very light, where we makes us feel light. Definitely no to ice creams daily, sir. You can have ice creams occasionally because poison in small doses is okay sometimes, but not regularly. And lastly, but not the least, we all are such a busy world. We are living in such a busy world. We are mostly watching TV, watching news, some crime thrillers, having a mobile, scrolling down, reading something, and eating. What are we doing to ourselves? We are doing everything possible in our life just to eat 3 meals or 2 meals or 1 meal a day. And health is not we are health is not only what you put into your mouth. Health is also what you put into your minds. Watching a crime thriller which is increasing frustration, anger, sadness, irritation, putting food into your mouth, and later we are worried, why are we so angry, why are we so frustrated in life? You are putting that energy into yourself, right, by doing this together. So tan mana bhojana means give all your senses to what you're eating. Be mindful of what you're eating. Be grateful for that anna which has been given onto your plate. To the person who's sown seeds, to the person who brought it, to the person who's cooked it with love, right? That gratitude, when you're eating with that, that's the thing what you're going to be made up of. You're going to be disease free because you're putting that kind of energy into you. So, tan mana bhojana is a very important thing we all need to follow. Follow free, what is that, gadget free meal compulsorily in all your houses, especially kids of nowadays. My god. So okay, finally, how much do I eat? This is a question, right? Almost every one of us have, how much should I be eating? Okay, all of these, but how much should I eat? Is it true? No. Again, one rule doesn't fit everyone. The 1300 calories per day may not fit for everyone. A pregnant lady may need more, but a pregnant lady having diabetes needs to work on different level. So Ayurveda doesn't actually work on the amount of calories, but works on a deeper level. Depends on the age, the bala of a person, if at all any symptoms, the digestive part. It's totally customized and personalized to that unique prakriti of that person. So it is really deep of how much you feed. But the generalized rule of what Ayurveda says is, if you consider your stomach to be divided into 4 parts roughly, the 2 parts can be filled with solid food. The third part can be filled with liquid food. The last part, you should allow vata to move around, meaning to say you should leave it free. Meaning to say, if you are full with 3 chapatis, for an example, you can stop at 2 and leave one more part free for the vata to move. Don't eat till you feel full. That's the rule. Actually, that's what they mean. Because by this, digestion becomes much more easier in nature. So this is about diet or ahara. The second doctrine was vihara or lifestyle. Lifestyle actually is a huge topic. What is lifestyle? It is, characteristic bundle of various kinds of behaviors which feels good not only for oneself, but it is good for someone else also. So this includes all your social behavior, your entertainment, your fun, the way you move about, how you exercise, what you do during your free time. Everything comes under your lifestyle or vihara aspect. And it is scientifically proven now that 80% of whatever diseases that we have now is lifestyle based. Meaning to say, your obesity, your diabetes mellitus, hypertension, anxiety, depression, most of these diseases is because of a faulty lifestyle. So, just by correcting your lifestyle, we now are able to actually have a great celebration of life. Why not do that, right? Just by doing this, you can change so many things. And to do this, Ayurveda gives some 2 main doctrines, which we can call Dinacharya and Rutucharya. Charya are the activities that you do. Dina is during the day. So what are the activities that you do during the day has been encompassed around the topic called as dinacharya. It starts from the moment you get up to the moment you sleep. He gives elaborate explanation. It would take a week for me to explain what dinacharya is actually, because when to get up, what do you do after you get up immediately? Do you drink water? Do you drink something else? How to pass motions? Do you do something else? So you have a detailed explanation of what are the activities that need to be followed in a day. So when we do this, obviously prevention of diseases. There's nothing more that you need to do. I think COVID really taught us to follow a better dinacharya, because most of us were within the house. I think they have started eating better, they have started exercising. So they have started following all these to at least prevent themselves from getting COVID, right? So that following of a proper routine in your day actually started being more, I think, in practice from the time of COVID. So this is dinacharya, the beautiful aspect that no other science speaks about, at least in medicine, is the aspect of Rutucharya. What is Rutu? Rutu is a season. We have 6 seasons according to Ayurveda. And the regimens that you need to follow during this Rutu prevents most of the diseases and preserves your health. For example, we almost are entering the Vasanta Rutu, which is from mid-March to mid-May. It is considered to be spring. We are the reflection of what is there in the universe, right? Yatha Brahmanda, Tatha Pindanda. Whatever is there in the universe is a small reflection of what we are inside, right? So, whatever changes that is happening in the season reflects as a change within. If you have winters, there is wind blowing, you tend to catch cold because that is what is increasing in the body. Now, for example, there is kapha that is increasing in our body because of Vasanta Rutu or spring. So we tend to get cough, cold, viral infections, all these diseases which are very common now. So to prevent this, he says, do something to balance this kapha within the body so that you don't fall prey to the external environment much. For example, during this Rutu, we are asked to use bitter gourd, we are asked to use vegetables which are bitter, astringent, and not which are more sweet, tuberous, sour, or salty in nature. All these increases kapha. So you're doing the counteractive measures, right? You are supposed to exercise very well during this period, basically because kapha increases without exercise. So you're asked to exercise. Vyayama is considered to be a must during Vasanta Rutucharya. They say do not sleep. We feel very tired. Summers are coming. I am tired. I want to sleep. But during Vasanta Rutu, definitely it's asked not to sleep because immediately kapha increases. You might start catching infections. So these things have been explained in detail for every season. And the beautiful thing, just before one season shift to another season is a part or is a 7 days period which is considered to be sandhi kala, or it is a joint, I mean that middle period. And there's a different kind of rutucharya, he says, during this period, so that you get accustomed to the next rutu and you don't catch diseases and you preserve your health. How profound is that? Which system can give you such detailed explanations of how exactly do we need to live our life? So that's the beauty of Ayurveda. Lastly, the thing that we spoke about was vichara, right? Vichara means your mental makeup. We are not only what we eat, but we are what we think also. What we think, we become. Whatever we feel, we attract. And whatever we imagine, we can actually create that. That's the beauty of our thoughts. And to do this, I actually want to do a small activity with you all because you've been a very energetic audience. So I want to do this with you. Okay. So can I actually see your faces? Can you just put your videos on? Doesn't matter how you are, so that this activity requires me to see you all. No, your beautiful faces. Can please, if you don't mind, can you all switch on your videos only just for this exercise? Thank you so much, Savita ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This is so kind. Thank you so much, all of you. This is really kind and makes my heart full because you just switched on. Doesn't matter. You all are looking very beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this. Okay. So this is a small activity. I'm going to say a word now, and I want you all to say the word with feeling. Okay. With feeling. You can remain mute, but just tell it with feeling. Okay. Happy. Just repeat that. Wonderful. See your faces. I love it. Okay. Excited.
Excited.
Wow. See that. See that. Joyous. Yay. Achievement.
Yay, achievement.
I'm sad. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
I don't like it. I feel like crying.
I don't like it. I feel like crying.
Such a bad day I've had.
I've had such a bad day.
Okay. How have you felt during these words? You felt every emotion, right? When I said happy, I could look at your faces. My God, that 100-watt smile and seeing happy. Achievement, you felt that from within, that kind of achievement. When I said crying, put your faces down, right? That kind of feeling comes through you. So don't you think what we think is reflected in our body? You just thought, okay, I'm sad, and you became sad. No reason. Did you have a reason to feel sad now? Did you have a reason to feel crying? No. Did you achieve something when you said I achieved? No. But you still felt achieved, right? So your thoughts have a huge impact on what you do, what you are, what you think, what you create. Your life depends on the quality of your thoughts or vichara. So if we can have that positive outlook, acceptance, and the gratitude for what we have, I think the life definitely changes 360-degree. And Vichara is considered to be the most important heartbeat of health, according to Ayurveda, which can change your entire mental, emotional, and spiritual health totally 360-degree. So I think Vichara is well managed by this school, basically because I have beautiful people who already are into such knowledge and wisdom. So there's no way that that is not managed at all. So I think you all are blessed that way because we are in Sat Sangha already. That Sat is present in this Sangha. So finally, following a blueprint of health, it becomes very easy when we can follow ahara, vihara, and vichara in terms of Ayurveda to stay the way we are, to preserve our health, improve our health, and definitely prevent diseases. If we have diseases also, following this definitely helps in re-establishing your health. So before I sign off, I just want to quote this thought that I really connect to. Most of us, most of the people forget to celebrate that being healthy itself is a success. Remaining healthy is a success that most of the people forget to celebrate. We forget that remaining healthy in today's life is the biggest achievement that you can ever have. To celebrate, just celebrate the health that you have, because if you don't have it, the price that we pay is really huge. So let's celebrate the beauty of the health that we have, preserve it, and definitely prevent diseases. So I thanks, Swati, for giving me this opportunity today. I really feel blessed to be amongst you to share few of my views on Ayurveda. And I've been practicing this since 16 years. Since the time that I've come to it, I don't think I've looked back, because it has really been something which has transformed not only my life, but people whom I could have touched. So, been practicing this in Nagar at present in Chemayu Ayurvedic Center. So this has been a blessed opportunity. So I think we can have few minutes we have left. So it would be good to interact with you all. So if any of you have any doubts, I would love to answer whatever I know. Yes, sir.
No, I have, of course, it was a very practical and very energetic and involved program. Really enjoyed it and got some new insights. I have two clarifications. One
Definitely.
is it possible for Ayurveda to cure some chronic diseases like depression, what they call the
Definitely.
Alzheimer's disease, or things like that? And second is, what is a good book or publication other than Google search on Ayurveda?
Definitely. I would like to answer that. There are many chronic disorders, as you mentioned. And if it is any disease has a causative factor or nidana, we say, which is causing that. So Ayurveda works on breaking this karya karana sambandha, because there is some causative factor. This has caused some outcome. That is some karya. It has caused a karya. So we break that link between these two, and that is how there is re-establishment of health. Diseases like depression or anxiety have their own reasons, as you mentioned. It could be chronic, it could be acute, doesn't matter. So, breaking this with our way of treating diseases, we can definitely heal it. This may not be done in the what do you say, aggressive way that other systems of medicines works, because I would say Ayurveda works in treating disease from the root. And if you consider a tree is there, you want to break the tree down. Cutting the branches is always easier than removing it from the root. So Ayurveda works at that level. So you might not see immediate changes, but that's going to take, it has its own process. Yes. Alzheimer's, for a particular stage, there are different stages of Alzheimer's. In the starting stage, we can definitely help them. Later stages, it becomes a chronic disease. And in Ayurveda, we have what do you say, differentiation of diseases called as sadhya, which can be cured, asadhya, which cannot be cured, yapya, which can be managed. So depending on the stage of diseases, we have to put them under these categories.
But people also say, I think there's no volume.
Can you hear me now?
There is no volume for some time. And is there any karmic connection for diseases? What Ayurveda talks
Definitely.
about karmic connections?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We have Daiva Vipashraya Chikitsa, which meaning to say there are diseases which occur from karmaja. There are vyadhis itself which are karmaja vyadhis, which is occurring because of your karmas. So the treatment of these diseases itself is Daiva Vipashraya Chikitsa. You have to use a spiritual mode. Vishnu Sahasranama as the treatment has been mentioned in Ayurveda. So definitely, yes, the vyadhis are a part of, karmaja vyadhis also. I hope
Thank you very
you
much.
got.
Thank you.
Swamiji, I think I raised.
Yes, may I ask the question, please?
Please, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah, my question is why Ayurvedic, if at all, why Ayurvedic is misunderstood, if at all it is misunderstood?
Beautiful, sir. I think we are working in a generation or a period where most of them believe in what they see and not what they cannot see. So we are working totally in a Charvaka philosophy where we are understanding things what we see. We want everything to be scientific. We want everything to be proven. We want to see it in parameters of structures. But the philosophy of Ayurveda works on functions. You have, consider, you have pain in your knees. and you see that there is a change with your X-ray saying that it is regeneration. So you come with an X-ray to an Ayurveda Vaidya, they give treatment. After 15 days, say a month, your pain vanishes. You go get your X-ray done again to see whether your pain is really gone. The structure remains the same. There's no change in your structure. According to another system of medicine, they would not call this treatment because there is no scientific proof, scientific parameter which says there is a change. But according to Ayurveda, this is enough because Vata is again balanced. They are able to walk, their movements are fine. We have balanced all the dhatus. There is Bala, Varna, and definitely here Swastha. For us, functions matter more. We may not see exactly in the structures. So scientific proving of every aspect goes beyond. So in this world where science is a major thing, I think definitely it is misunderstood. I definitely feel, but awareness is the only way we can take as an action step to re-establish. Otherwise, 5,000 years if a science is still living, breathing in this era, I don't think it can do without its essence. So I still feel it's misunderstood. Definitely, sir. We are extremely proud. I'm extremely passionate about what I have. I have a sister who's doing allopathy, and we have our occasional fights of which is a better system. But the pride every day that I feel that I am in this system is something else. Something else.
Your
Please share your
contact number
number.
or website or any reference, can you put it in the chat?
Yes,
I'll do it,
please
sir. I'll do it.
share
I'll
your
do it.
number. We can contact you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other, if someone of you can just let me know what whether you like the session or any feedback or something, I would love it, or anything that you would want to say.
Hi Om, this is Rashmi. Am I audible to you?
Definitely, ma'am.
This talk was very beautiful and an eye-opener session. I wished it was for few more hours, but I understand the time constraint. Can you please repeat the statements you said about vichara, imagination, feeling, and thinking?
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the quotes that I love. It says, what you think, you become. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. What you imagine, you create. I hope you could get it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
90.
Then I'm unable to hear. I'm extremely sorry. Can you just come back again? And Ayurveda actually works so much. Definitely, sir. I think I visited it last time, and I've had the blessed opportunity to have our Rama Pratisthapana Day. With your puja, we started. So I'm really blessed, and that's such a beautiful place. I think I'll definitely be visiting it soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Revati ji. I mean, it was a blessed opportunity for me to be sharing some of, bird's eye view. My God, Ayurveda is so detailed. I think there are around volumes for one thing. If it is Ushna Bhojana, he would have written 10 pages. So I think I've just scanned through it. But if any of you would have got at least one or two things that you can take back, I would be really happy. But what would make me grateful is do this or adopt this in your lifestyles. Make this a conscious, consistent effort in your lifestyles. That's when it is going to help. Because having knowledge may not help much until and unless we put this into action in our lifestyles. So do that, you will see miraculous results. And that would make me really grateful.
Okay, any more questions from anyone? Any more questions?
No.
Okay, then we've come to the end of the session. Thank you, Dr. Anagha Bhat, for your insightful talk on Ayurveda and its, many benefits. Holistic, and it's interesting that it's a holistic approach that gives importance to your thoughts, feelings, and these are things we've been hearing even from other. Imagine you attract. Healthy diet, and all these things. I think earlier on we didn't even have much research on, it's like anxiety and depression being caused by wrong foods.
Very true.
So I've been a victim of that, not knowing that wrong foods caused my anxiety or depression. So it's good to, be further enlightened on things like this. So going forward, we'll be, more careful. And good health is a good definition of success too. So yes, thank you once again, and we wish you all the best in your future, and we look forward to your continued association with the School of Ancient Wisdom. Please do visit there if you haven't already. It's definitely a site worth seeing. Yeah.
Yes, it's a beautiful
The energies
place.
there, I feel, are, a class apart.
As soon as you enter, you can feel the gush of energy. I loved it. It's a beautiful place. And thank you so much. It's amazing.
Thanks again. Yes.
Thank you.